Welcome, my Filipino friends. My name is Diseases Jesus. You can call me Dota 2 Jesus and or Basketball Jesus because today I want to talk about my two favorite things in the whole world. That's Dota 2 and basketball. Honorable mention, my wife. But specifically NBA basketball. At the surface level between basketball and Dota, there's some obvious comparisons to be made, like it's a 5-on-5 game. Every player or character in the game has their own role or skill set, and every moving part is going to be crucial for victory. Now, you're still probably on the fence about this whole thing, but what if I told you this is the only sport with a 5-man team? Both Dota and basketball rely heavily on communication. Both have mismatches that lead to kills or points. Both are a game of runs. Both have a meta or defined strategy that is defined by the best players in the game, like the abundant increase in three-point attempts ever since Steph Curry. Those best players are not quote unquote playing the game, they are controlling the game. So now in communication, you cannot play a Dota match and expect to win and not communicate, especially at a high level if you're playing ranked. I'm sure we've all played a game of Dota, silent for 37 minutes until somebody starts to point a finger, and then now we're all flaming each other. Now imagine that exact scenario happening on a basketball court. It just wouldn't fly. That team's just not going to win. When you're on a team of players, you have to be looking out for each other and spreading important information. In Dota, it is even more emphasized because we cannot call timeouts. We do not get a halftime to study film and make adjustments. Everything we do in Dota is on the fly, and that alone shows how crucial teamwork and communication is. Mismatches. This is as simple as the word sounds. When you're matched up against someone who is clearly stronger or better than you, a lot of times this can happen in the NBA with a guard doing some dribble moves on a center on the perimeter, and they get by them real easily because they're a lot quicker, they're a lot smaller, they can move faster. On the opposite end, a mismatch could be one of the centers down low on the block against a guard, and now they're going to get an easy basket on them because the guard is too short to defend them. This same exact scenario happens in Dota, where you'll have someone like a mid laner jump on a support at the start of a fight. That is a clear mismatch. That's just going to be an easy kill at the start. Mismatches usually will stem from either ganks or poorly positioning in a team fight. This is the bread and butter play for success in Dota 2 and basketball, mismatches. This will always lead to easy point attempts and easy kill attempts, not the killing in basketball though. There's a lot of important things we can learn from the best of the best in basketball that we can translate into Dota and we can use in our minds to make us better players. Because no matter how much Dota philosophy or theories you listen to, you are still going to lose games. You need to learn to be consistent. In basketball, you can drop a 50 bomb at home and still lose the game. You have to come out the next night and play the next game with just as much tenacity. In basketball, a lot of times the coach will tell their players just focus on each individual possession to win the game. The team that wins the most possessions is usually the team that ends up winning the game. In Dota, you can think of a possession as each new minute on the timer. That resets all the camps. Think every minute to minute. What can you do to win your team that minute? Do not focus on past possessions. Do not bring up past possessions. Don't talk about the past minute. Focus on the now minute. Don't even focus on the future minutes. Focus on what's in front of you and make the most out of the opportunity in front of you. Basketball and Dota are both a game of runs, meaning that both of the games have frequent comebacks or frequent lead changes. When you're on a run and you take the lead, it's important to stick to the process that got you the lead and stay humble. When you're in a bad stretch, you have to know how to lose and learn. That's important. You have to know how to lose, and you're always learning. Even when you're winning, you have to be learning. So now ask yourself, how do you show up when things are rough? What kind of attitude do you carry on your shoulders when things are rough? If you are on a bad losing streak in Dota, what's going through your mind? Are you positive? Are you learning? Are you letting your emotions get in the way of your talent? There's a lot of things that are out of our control. You can do what looks like everything correctly and you can still get embarrassed in the game. Sometimes you have to focus on the process and not so much the result. So you might think you're too good for this type of video. You win a lot of games. So let me ask you this. How do you respond to winning? Do you become overconfident? Are you staying humble? Are you still learning in your victories? Every single game needs to be played and fought for like you lost 10 before it. Every single match is a learning opportunity, and I like to reflect on the game in my head afterwards and come up with a takeaway, whether it be how a certain hero matched up, or how a certain item sucked or performed not like I thought it would, or how maybe we misplayed a certain timing or area on the map. There needs to be a point made in your head for every single game, a purpose for every match, so you can continue to get better and understand your mistakes. And we always need to remain in control of what we can, which is practice, studying the game, aka learning. Use your brain. Effort and attitude, that's just you cannot play a team game with a bad effort and bad attitude. Just drop it. Stop playing if you're like that. And probably most crucially, maintaining your mental health. And I wouldn't recommend playing games at night. If you've been awake for an entire day, science shows that you have like a blood alcohol content of 0.05. So you're almost legally drunk at the end of the day and you're sitting playing Dota, you're going to have bad games. You are not performing mentally strong. Put yourself in scenarios where you will succeed, and you will succeed.